Hello, it is Advent of Code 2021 Day 10, and we are bracket matching from the puzzle input. I think that's pretty obvious. I will read through this, and then we can start. Yep, it's a really simple one today. We're essentially going to be doing a map and scan to find the values that are messed up. Let's do let input is equal to raw string which is trimmed and spans multiple lines, and then let's, there we go, there's our input. Insert task, pass task1 input, and that's going to give us that. Okay, now let's write our parser. So first thing we're going to need is bracket kind, and that has got, we'll do them in the order. So they say paren square curly angle. We're also going to need a bracket side, and then we have an open and a close. Now each of these will let's copy clone them to give ourselves, and let's debug implement them just to give ourselves maximum flexibility with what we're doing. Okay, and then we can say that a bracket has got two things. It has a kind, which is a bracket kind, and it has got a side, which is a bracket side. And then we can say again that this is a copy clone debug structure. Okay, and so then our input is going to be simply brackets. It's going to be a vector of vectors of bracket. Nice and easy, and let's derive debug on it. Okay, and so now what we can do is we can come into our input parser and we can build our parser. So we're going to need, as always, a bunch of non-parsers and parser itself. As for which non-parsers we're going to need combinator map, combinator value, multi-many one, character complete line ending, and multi-separated list. One. That should be our combinators. Okay. So now what we can do is we can say let open paren is equal, oh, and we need car, which is also in character complete. There we go. So we have open paren, which is equal to value of bracket kind, where kind is bracket kind paren, and side is, you know what, let's use bracket kind all and use bracket side all, just so that we can refer to these a bit more naturally. So kind is paren and side is open, and we want that to happen for the open character. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then these ones need to be close. That. And then we have got paren square curly and angle, paren square curly and angle, paren square curly angle, paren square curly angle, paren square curly angle, square, curly, angle, close, 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 and close. Okay. And we don't want to say bracket kind here. This should just say okay, that character there, QQ, word, back, change word, bracket, escape, down, that character there, Q, and then we can say at Q, 5 at Q, and that gets all of those done. Okay, cool. And so now what we can do is we can say let bracket equal open paren, or open square, or open curly, or open angle, or close paren, or close square, or close curly, or close angle. That's all our parens. Then we can say let a line is equal to many1 of bracket, and we can say let lines is equal to a separated list of line ending and line. And then we can say let parser is equal to map lines into this lines like that. Lines past input of lines, parser.parse input, and that all type checks okay. Perfect. And now let's just quickly have a look in here at what our input is, and we should be able to run that and just see. Yep, that looks like open square, open paren, open curly. That all looks good to me, and ends in open square, close square, close square down here. Yep, okay, cool. So that is our input being passed correctly. It's quite a nice parser today. Pretty easy to understand, I think. Okay. So what does scan produce? Produces each element, and it can exit early. Okay. How is skip while feeling? Skip's based on a predicate, and the predicate can be mutable. Okay, so I think we want a skip while with an external state. So we can say this is going to be our stack that we're going to push and pop parens onto and off of. And then what do we need? We need to know okay, cool. Yeah, so what we can do is we can say input.lines.iter, and then we can filter that by line. And now here's where we get to have some fun with this. So we can say line.iter.skip while, filter map even, just to make the types line up. And this is going to tell us what bracket failed it. So yep, we can say skip while. Yep, and then this is bracket. And then we want to say if bracket.side is equal to open. And you know what, I think these are gonna be so universal to what we're doing that we actually just want them in globally for the file. And these need to be ec partial ec, because we're going to be doing comparisons on them. Okay, so if bracket side is open, let's just slap a to do at the end here and put a semicolon here, and that will get rid of our errors for now. Yep, okay. If our bracket side is open, then we want to do parens dot. It was first we want to do parens dot clear just to reset it. And then we want to do parens dot push bracket. We can just dereference it because it's clonable. Else it must be a closed bracket, in which case we do let check equal parens dot pop. Is overclosing a thing here? Yes. So let's just say if bracket dot kind is equal to parens dot pop, if sum bracket kind is equal to parens dot pop dot map paren dot kind, then we have some bracket as a failure. Sorry, then we have nothing. So then we return none. So then this is a none branch essentially. This here is also a none branch. We have no value we care about from it. Else, this one here, we care about the bracket that failed the close. Okay. Okay. I don't know why it's expecting a bool, but whatever. I'm sure we'll fix that. Now, we want to look at the next one of these, and we want to perform a match operation on it. And if it is none, then the line has scored 0. If it is sum, we actually only care about the brackets kind for part 1. If it is sum paren, then we have a score of 3. If it is sum square, then we have a score of 57. If it is sum curly, then we have a score of 1197. And if it is a angle, then it's 25137. Angle is 25137. Okay. And that gives us this one here, and we don't actually need to filter map. What we need to do is just map this. And then after our map, which is this one here, we want the sum of that, and that will give us our score as a size. Probably is fine. Okay. So now let's figure out why this isn't happy. Oh, skip while expects you to return true or false. We just want to filter to true, false. Bracket side is paren. Bracket kind is paren. Yes, that's what we want. Okay. Start, record, word, insert bracket, word, insert back, insert kind, word, insert comma, dot, colon, escape, start of line down, q to at q. Perfect. And we are summing this into a usize, so it should know what works. It doesn't like. What don't you like? Cannot infer type parameter E. It's because I'm not returning it. There we go. Okay, cool. Now let's look at test 1. 26397 is what it failed with, which is what should be down here. So that is a pass. Okay, let's go have a look at the what isn't it like? Okay, none of that is real. Okay, so let's go to our terminal again, and let's have a look at target release util run year 21, day is 10, and that should give us our solution for part 1. Yep. Let's mode this. Yank should do it. Wait, into register yank. There we go. Nice. Okay, part 2. Let me read this and we'll pick up. Okay, it's weird, but very doable. So what we need to do for part 2, we could take our part 1, but to be honest, it's easier for us to just copy and modify than to do input forwarding like we did in yesterday's. So let me grab all of this and bring it into here. We'll just get our formatting improved. Oh wow, it really likes making our parser long, doesn't it? Oh well. Okay. So for part 2, we still want to match lines, but we actually only care about the lines that are basically here. Instead of returning a score and summing it, we want to, instead of mapping, we want to filter, and we want to filter for the lines that are incomplete, not for the lines that are, you know, so basically all of these. So none is, so really what we care about is none. We delete all of that. So now what we have, in theory, if everything is closed properly, which apparently it isn't. Hold on. We just need to remove the word match. So now we have an iterator over our complete lines here. Now for each complete line, we need to, okay, hold on. We can do this better. So what we can do is for each line here, yes, let's remove the match logic still. And the next, but we change what we care about. So what we now care about, we're still, and we're no longer going to sum usize. Okay, so now our operation is actually going to be to sort it, and then to, we're going to need to find the median, which means we need to do a collection, which means I can remove the OK for now, and I can do .collect into vector at the end of this. And we can say let mute completion scores is equal to this nonsense. We can drop a to-do at the bottom of the file to make the type checking more happy, and we can then say completion scores dot sort, completion scores dot get, completion scores dot len divided by 2. And this will be a usize, and we just need to now get the scores working. Okay, so in here, rather than this, we want to map. Now, God, how's this work again? Start with a score of 0, then for each character multiply the total score by 5. Okay, so this, rather than a map, needs to be a fold with a score. So here we return. So we're expecting to resolve. No, okay. So here, this is just going to get us the tail, right? That's what we want from this. So really, what we want to do is we want to say for each bracket. We just don't care if they're a pass. Or no, we do care if they're a pass or fail. Okay, hold on. So we want to filter. Why is my brain melting right now? Let's remove all of that logic for a second. Okay, so on each line, if it is an incomplete line, then we just skip it entirely. It just does not exist for our purposes. So this is actually a flat map, a filter map rather. And if it is an incomplete line here, yeah, okay. So here we want to say for bracket in line, and we want to grab this internal logic here. Because this is updating the state for us. So for each bracket in the line, push and pop check, and then instead of here, so here we return none. Here it's false. Right, no, here we just want to continue. So that's fine, that'll happen automatically. Here we want to return false. Return none. If they are not equal, because that here we have sort of found our. Okay, so with this logic, it should now be the case that here our parens is just what remains to generate the tail of. And so what we need to do is we need to score each of those. We're also going to need external state for a score. And for each line, score goes down to 0 at the start. Okay. So now what we want to do is say for while let sum v equal parens.pop. And so that's going to get us all of the remaining brackets in pop order, so from back to front. v times equals 5 is safe to just do at the start because it will start as 0. They even say that, multiply by 5 initially, and then add the value of, okay, so v plus equals match, oh wait, hold on, score, bracket dot kind, and a paren is worth 1, a square is worth 2, a curly is worth 3, and a angle is worth 4. Nice, okay, and if we've made it to this point, then we have some score. That not closing this. What are you're closing this. We're missing a close here. No. Hold on. This closes the while. This should close the for, but it's not. What is this closing? This is closing the while. Why are you closing the filter map? What's closing the for? This is closing the for. I have a double bracket here. There we go. Nice. Okay. Operator has incompatible types, cannot convert and integer to usize. Okay, yeah, get dot copied, sure, whatever. Nice, okay, so then for, what do they say is the answer for this? Is this number here? Alright, well, we're off. You know what, it's because I'm still running task 1. No completion score. Okay, cool. So here, if it's open, it continues. If it's an invalid bracket, then it's none. Okay, hold on. If we don't want to just say if it's not equal, because then if it hits the end, it will also return none. Oh wait, no, yeah. If we've consumed the whole thing, then we have no more brackets left to match, so that shouldn't be a problem. Continue. We'll continue to the next bracket. Return. We'll return from the filter, saying, "Hey, we don't have a good output here." Does this line of code run? My gut will say that we don't get any instances. Oh, we do. Okay. Why then? This should give us the map of the scores, right? Or bracket inline. Then have a score. Let's have a look at what completion scores has in it. Completion scores is an empty list. That is very odd to me. Oh, and you know why? For bracket inline, why this here needs to happen here. Okay, we got an answer. It's not the right answer. The right answer they want is 28895, which does appear in our list. Oh, our list isn't being sorted anymore. Completion scores. Not sort. I must have removed that by mistake. Nice, now it passes. Cool. So now we can remove all of our debug code. This should just simply pass. It does just simply pass. Nice. Okay, and so that way it means we can go and we can run our task here. And we have an output of this giant number. Which is the correct answer.